Brett the Breton, the show that has everything.
Good evening, and we will be joined by Brett the Breton in a moment for another round of London. I think I resolved our network issues for now. It's not a perfect fix, but I should be streamable now, so hopefully we'll have a solid connection tonight. Let's see what happens. Meanwhile, let's just wait for Brett to start talking. He's starting up his co-stream on his side. And then we will get going with some more mysteries. I think we have 19 mysteries left in the game. We had good momentum going, and then we kind of life got in the way, and the technical issues and all that. So we're back finally. I think we got 4 more London streams before we finish the game. Um. So we can either stay on this splash screen or I can stay on the game splash screen. But yeah, let's do that. So we're ready as soon as Brett shows up. And we are ready. He's just introducing his stream on his end. And then his audio will connect and we'll be good to go. Alright. So let's just make sure everything's running here on my end. I think we're good. So yeah, it's coming up on my end, so that's good. So Brett, you here?
Works.
So yeah,
Hey,
it's coming
Evie,
up on
are you there?
my end, so that's good. All right, so we
Hello.
got audio,
There we are. You are there. Great. That makes me happy.
and I'm making sure you're coming through on my end. So hold on one moment.
Cool, cool.
So Brett, you here?
Yeah, this is already
Works.
working way better than
Hey,
last night.
Evie,
Last
are
night was
you
awful.
there?
My end, so that's good.
Why do
All
I have an
right,
echo?
so we
Hello.
got audio. I'm
There we
just
are.
test.
You are there.
Yeah, all
Great.
right, good.
That
We're
makes
good to
me happy.
go.
Oh, that's you. Okay, I
Yeah,
was like, what the heck
I
is going
was
on?
I
Mike?
was making sure that I had playback. Um,
Oh, we're absurd people.
because we're live, and we had so many issues last night. I wanted to make sure everything was working
Yeah.
once we actually got live, even though we tested prior. We tested prior in through other means, so we're
Yeah,
live.
yeah. Apologies to the viewers for last night. Last night I took an inordinate amount of time trying to get that working, and it just was not going. But tonight is already. This is so much better. You sound so much better than last night, just already. So
Yeah,
great.
it cost me probably 2 hours of troubleshooting, about $70, and a total of about another hour and a half waiting for stuff to arrive from various deliveries. But
Now, that's not
like,
too bad, all things considered, because this is
yeah,
like night and day. You're much better tonight.
yeah. The
All right. So,
caveat being the setup that I set up, I can only have this optimal setup when I'm actually streaming because there's a cable running down the hall and uh, I don't want to leave trip hazards. So
yeah, tends to make things trippable, I guess. So
yeah,
yeah.
so only
All
for
right. So
streaming for now. We want to fix
so
things in a more permanent way without all the extraneous cables,
yeah.
but that's going to
So
take
so
more time and
so
more money. So
So a little bit of foreshadowing. I did my little opening blurb thing like I usually did, although an abbreviated version of it, and pointed out that the my Atari neon is backwards, and that it would make sense later. So now that I've flipped over into this view, you can now see the Atari logo looks normal now. Because it was either flip the entire set or just flip the Atari thing backwards, and it weighs less than a pound, so that's easier. All right, so I'm gonna crank up some tunage here, or I have some tunage for my stream. Same tunes that I always use. Unfortunately, I need to get some new ones. Let me see if I've got something newer here. Hold on. This is that. That's not it. Oh, I definitely can't play that one. That's copyrighted to hell. Come on, load the page. Okay, there we go. Please to load the page. All right, let's try this one. I've played this one before.
All right, and you can.
Okay, why is it I didn't want to do what it's doing? Why did it do that?
Let me know
It's
when you're
okay.
ready
We're
for me to
fine.
start up the
Yeah, we're
game.
fine. Yeah, let's go. We're fine. This is gonna be yeah.
Okay. So the game window has now taken over my mouse. Emulator programs tend to do that.
There we go. Trying to get the balance right on the music. It's like this this other track is really loud for some reason. I don't know why that is. But there we go.
So we're going to start today with a case of the frustrated falconer. And I actually have a minifigure that's relevant to that. And it's actually in the room with me, but I don't feel like pulling it out right now. It's in
All
one of
right.
about 10 Ziploc bags in the drawer next to me, so.
All right, well that's cool. Let's see.
So the case of the
Let me
frustrated falconer.
yeah, let me get back to where I need to be here because I'm not entirely sure. Okay, here we go. Okay, I think I got it figured out. All right, all right. So are we ready for voice acting stuffage at this point?
Yeah.
Are we ready to
I've
go?
been ready for like a month, so let's get this going.
Let's do it. All right. So let me get my mic positioned a little bit better here. Hang on. It's when we do this. The folks at home can't see this, but when we do these co-streams, I'm actually using a different screen than I use when I'm playing the games on my main screen. So I have to kind of switch stuff around. But we're good to go. I'll go ahead and start. Ready? Three, two, one. Jennifer, have you and Uncle ever had a chance to see falconry in action?
Um, I don't think so, Nigel. To tell you the truth, I'm not really sure what falconry is exactly.
You know, it's that old film, The Falconry and the Snowmanry. That was the name of the film. It's probably the oldest sport in the world, Jennifer, hunting with a trained hawk or falcon. Gay and I are going to an exhibition to the Oval Cricket Ground. Care to pop on over and meet us?
You bet. That sounds way cool. We'll head right over. Let's go.
Let's go! I can't believe this is actually working. This is so much better than last night. Last night was a train wreck. Tonight is normal train passage, I think, is how it would be described. Forgive the sniffling, please, everyone. I launched into a massive sneezing fit when we started up here. But anyway.
Here's Nigel and Gay, but something's wrong. Everyone's looking pretty glum.
Sorry, Jennifer. Looks like the falconry exhibition's blown. Mr. Manley's peregrine falcon, Caractacus, seems to be out of sorts. He won't fly, and boy, Mr. Manley is in a bother. I think something's up, Uncle. Mr. Manley was muttering sabotage under his breath. Someone's deliberately made his prize bird all wonky. All right, who do we want to talk to? We want to talk to
We want to talk to the main guy first.
Bird guy. Yeah, talk to Bird guy. Birdman. Birdman. Okay. Oh, let me pull up. Oh, jeez. Let me pull up my list. Hold on. I think I've got Miss. I might have Mr. No, I don't have Mr. Manley. I don't think I have Mr. Manley. Let me see what we got here. And what a name that is, Mr. Manley. Mr. Manley. I think you should talk like this. That rotten beggar. He's fed my Caractacus. He's a rotter and a dog.
Who are you talking about, Mr. Manley?
Uh, that American so-called falconer, Tommy Wing. He's jealous, of course, because the United Green Alliance chose me instead of him for the falconry display.
Gee, Mr. Manley, if someone fed your falcon, it doesn't seem to be that big a deal. Caractacus isn't sick or anything, is he?
No, 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 but he won't fly. Falcons are quite logical, you know. If they aren't hungry, they don't fly, because they fly only to hunt, and they hunt only to eat. Miss Barbrook weighed Caractacus this morning on the exhibition's balance scales, and I fed him just enough to bring him to his perfect flying weight of 691 grams. But now he's obviously overfed. That was that Yankee bloke. I just know it. I never should have let him handle Caractacus. He must have slipped him a morsel or three when I wasn't looking. He's not happy. Not a happy guy. Do I have Miss Bardbrick? I don't think I do.
She's the cop lady.
What did I do with her? Did I make her? Was she the one that I did SpongeBob?
I'm not sure. It's
I,
been too
I don't
long.
remember. No, she might have been SpongeBob. Oh, we'll do SpongeBob. Excuse me. All right.
Well, that was a fiasco. All those United Green Alliance people left their conference just to come and see a real falcon fly. And then it wouldn't flap a wing.
Are you a falconer, Miss Bardbrook?
Oh no, being a falconer's a full-time job. I just help out by weighing the birds because I enjoy watching them so much. That's really an important task because falcons hunt best when they're at their exact flying weight.
I am a normal human.
Lots of people like to see the falcons. Chelsea Sinclair was out early and helped me set up the scales. I think she works at the zoo. She oohed and ahed over the birds.
I think we've seen Chelsea Sinclair in things before too, but not
Maybe
in,
so.
but not in animal contexts.
Yeah, the name rings a bell.
Did any people get close to Mr. Manley's falcon?
I don't know. Did they? There we go. By the way, in case anyone has flipped over to this channel expecting Doom, there will be Doom, but after this, we're kind of doing a double thing, and it only let me pick one category, and I forgot to change it to the.
And I'm just doing this tonight.
Yeah, this is a make good from last night, basically, because last night was a mess.
New connections means got to make sure everything's working, but I don't have long in me for tonight. Got a lot of stuff done today.
Yeah, last night was just horrid, so I'm glad we're doing this tonight. Anyways.
Well, I did. I weighed him this morning along with Tommy Wing's hawk, Geronimo. Tommy Wing hung around for a while, but Mr. Manley was pretty cold to him, so Tommy left. For Dartmoor, I think? And Miss Starling came round as usual to badger Mr. Manley and myself. She's a birdwatcher, quite dotty about every single one of our little feathered friends, even the pigeons at Trafalgar Square.
If she likes birds so much, why does she bother falconers?
Well, you see, she's a falc hag. She likes to...
Never mind, I won't explain that joke. There may be younger people.
Because falcons hunt and kill other birds. No sight is quite as thrilling and terrible as a falcon swooping out of the sky at a grouse or partridge, or even a Krabby Patty. They hunt us this way in nature.
They hunt... Wait, what? That's a totally different meaning to that sentence by adding that one word.
They hunt this way in nature. Falconers just teach them to bring the prey back to the falconer instead of eating it.
The falcon sits quietly on a perch. Two small leather straps are wrapped around his ankles to keep the bird from flying away.
Oh, well, see, it already has a fish.
Look,
so it's fine.
Look, the falconer has put bells on the falcon so he can track him even if he can't see him.
It's on a perch. Get it? Get it?
Oh, I see what you did there. I had to go back and look at the picture.
See, it's already got a fish. Everything's fine. What's the problem? Should win something. I guess it won the fish, but whatever. Are we clicking on... Oh, you already clicked on the bird. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we need to find Chelsea Hammerschmidt, or whatever her name was.
We need to find Chelsea, Tommy, and then that other lady.
Chelsea Birmingham O2 Arena. I think that's her name.
We'll start by going to the zoo.
Oh, taking Chelsea to the zoo. Oh, taking Chelsea to the zoo. 3 people got that.
I don't see Chelsea Sinclair anywhere. Let's ask the zookeeper where she is.
Okay, what'd I do with this guy? I did Steve Irwin, right?
We've seen him before.
Yeah, I think I did Steve Irwin for him. Hang on. Let me open up my water. Give me just 1 second here. That sneezing fit absolutely did not help things. Oh, Chelsea's on holiday today. I think a group's got a big meeting over at the Natural History Museum, whatever it's called. Can I help you with anything?
We saw some trained falcons today and wanted to ask her some questions about falcons and hawks and stuff.
Falcons and hawks are really marvelous, beautiful creatures. They're very similar, but you can tell them apart by looking at their wings as they fly. The long pointed wings of the falcons give them terrific speed and maneuverability, which they need to outfly other birds. They usually dive on other birds from above and catch them with their sharp talons. Hawks have shorter, thicker wings, good for soaring. They're usually the ones you see gliding over hills, watching for small mammals or other birds to dive down upon. Eagles are like large hawks, and they're also on tour right now. You can get tickets at Ticketmaster.com. All these birds have incredible eyes. They can spot prey hundreds of feet below and keep focused on it as they dive down at lightning speed.
So no wonder sharp-eyed people are called Eagle Eyes. That's why we named ourselves the Eagle Eye Detective Agency, because we never overlook a clue.
Oh, sometimes we do. Sadly, many of the world's hunting Sadly, many of the world's hunting birds or raptors are now endangered species. This includes the bald eagle, which is the national bird of the United States. Ranchers sometimes shoot them to protect their flocks, and some insecticides damage their eggs. The biggest danger to falcons, hawks, and eagles is the destruction of their habitat, and also television personalities that like to show up and bother them. As more forests are cut down for lumber and wetlands are filled to make room for buildings, and Warner Brothers needs more content for the HBO Max, HBO, whatever it's called now, network, the birds and their prey have fewer places to live. Without the right environment, they will disappear. Did you know that? They're changing it back to HBO Max, by the way.
No comment. Now we're going to the Natural History Museum.
None required. No comment required.
Looks
Hello,
like the meeting
museums.
is over.
Chelsea. Okay, let me see if I did something specific for her. I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't see her name. Oh no, wait. Who was the officer that we were just speaking with?
Bardbrook?
Ah, damn it. She was supposed to be K9 from Doctor Who. I forgot about that. Okay, or I missed it on my list, but I don't see. So I'll cease the SpongeBob and begin the K9 for Chelsea. I don't know. Let's just do standard. Uncle Jennifer, so glad to see you at our meeting. We can use energetic young volunteers like yourselves in our organization. We must defend animal rights everywhere. Right now, the people from the United Green Alliance are meeting here in London, so we're trying to make sure they don't support any groups that are cruel to animals.
Like falconers?
Yes, those rotten turds. A perfect example. Not only do they keep birds imprisoned in cages, but they also use them to kill other birds. These captive falcons aren't hunting for food the way they do in the wild. They're hunting solely for the pleasure of the human beings who have captured them. They're hunting solely for pleasure.
If you don't like falconry at all, Chelsea, we were wondering why you stopped by the falconry exhibition earlier today.
Oh, I just wanted to throw them some shade, you see. Well, Jennifer, I was hoping to find members of the United Green Alliance and explain to them why it's wrong for them to sponsor. Oops. My purse ripped open. Rat it all. Don't bother yourselves. I'll pick it all up. Never mind the bomb residue.
So it looks like a ball of some kind. A
It
metal
is.
ball that looks like a big steel marble lies among the objects that fell from Chelsea's purse. What do
I
we
was
think
playing
the
pinball
marbles for?
earlier, you see, and I was so into the game that I whacked the ball straight through the glass and it bounced off the backboard and right into my
Yeah,
purse. Can you
I
imagine
don't
that?
think pinball works that way.
It actually can.
Have you had that happen before?
I've had it hit the glass. I've never had it break, but I have had it hit the glass, and it's really loud when it does it, and it sounds like it breaks, but that glass is thick, so
All right,
I've
so
not had it
we're gonna
broken,
go to
but
Trafalgar Square.
I could see that potentially happening. Okay, here we go. Trafalgar Square lies at London's heart. The 185-foot central column supports a statue of Admiral Horatio Nelson, one of Britain's greatest naval heroes. The square commemorates his 1805 victory at the Battle of Trafalgar. BBC World Service, welcome. At the tone, the time will be 21:40.
Miss Barbrook thought we could find Mrs. Starling, the bird watcher, here at Trafalgar Square. And she was right. Let's ask Mrs. Starling about the Falconers. Hey, that's another relevant name. Starling is a kind of bird.
Yeah, Starling was Jodie Foster's character in Silence of the Lambs, also. Clarice Starling. I can't do a Jodie Foster, but let me see what I can do here. Oh, I do agree the falcons are quite spectacular children, but using them for hunting defenseless little birds now, really? So barbaric. I mean, do we let people raise sharks in their bathtubs and take them for occasional murderous swims in the River Tim? No, we do not.
Did you do
Do
anything
you?
with Mr. Manley's falcon, Mrs. Starling? He says he won't fly from his perch.
Sorry to step on your line there. No, of course I would not harm such a magnificent bird in any way, but I'm certainly glad to hear it will not harm any other birds either. I'll be quite delighted to tell Miss Barbrook and the other members of the Thames Basin Birdwatcher Society. Now, good day.
Did you hear that? Miss Barbrook is a member of the Birdwatcher Society. We better go back to the Oval Cricket Ground and ask her about this.
Yeah, look at the. Yeah, there you go.
Mrs. Starling is holding some binoculars, a notebook, a book entitled Complete Bird Spotter's Guide for the British Isles, and a large bag of birdseed. Birdseed. That might be a clue?
Like she was feeding that to the falcon? Would a falcon eat birdseed, though? I thought they were more into meat.
No, maybe not. Maybe it's for the other birds that she's trying to protect.
Maybe. But it did let us look at it, so I don't know.
Great. Miss Barbrook and Mr. Manley are still here.
Well, now I'm totally flummoxed. I weighed Caractacus again just a few minutes ago, and the scales say he's exactly at his flying weight, but he still acts as though he's overfed. I just don't understand it. So he lost 5 pounds or whatever, so that means he pooped.
Miss Barbrook, the Thames Basin Birdwatcher Society have been protesting the flying of the falcons, and we heard you are actually a member.
Okay, so I said earlier that I did the wrong voice for her. Since she was a police officer, I made her canine, so...
Well, I try to keep it secret around the falconers to avoid misunderstandings, but yes, that's true. Not all birdwatchers protest the falconers, you know. Some feel, as I do, that we need predators to keep the population of birds and small mammals from getting too big, and these predators need our help. Without predators like falcons, the number of birds, rabbits, and mice will just keep growing until there's not enough food to go around and they starve. Predators are nature's way of keeping populations in balance. I don't like the idea of humans teaching the falcons to hunt for them and keeping them in cages between hunts.
Oh, I should have done my echo thing on that. Oh well. Hang on, let me try something real quick. Hold on. 1 second. Let me try this. There we go. What? That's too much.
But many birds of prey are endangered species, and many falconers are leaders in the fight to save forests and wetlands from development to protect these beautiful birds. That's why the United Green Alliance sponsored this event, to teach people about the beauty of these birds so they'll help defend their habitats and save them from extinction. At least until the birds are off the endangered species list, we need the falconers' help.
The falconers use an old-fashioned balance scale. To weigh a bird, you put the bird on one side and metal weights on the other until things balance. That's what that marble could have been used for, to trick the weights.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, okay, hang on. I gotta fix this back. Makes it really loud when I put on the echo.
These weights have to be exact, Jennifer, so that the falconer knows exactly how much to feed his or her bird to bring it to its ideal flying weight. A little too much food, and the bird won't be hungry enough to want to hunt. Well, according to the balance scale, Caractacus still weighs exactly 691 grams. That is his perfect flying weight. If he weighed more than that, it would mean he'd been fed recently, and then naturally he wouldn't want to fly. But this scale says he should be a bit hungry by now. I wonder what's up.
Look here, Miss Barbrook. 75 grams is written on this weight in big letters, but it says 4 Oz in small letters down here, engraved on the weight itself.
So that weight is really 4 ounces. Now, how many grams is 4 ounces? I am a computer. I should know this.
If this weight isn't what it seems, it could explain why Caractacus doesn't want to fly. See if you can find out which of these weights is closest to 4 ounces by checking your conversion chart. You have all the charts, I just have the maps.
Yeah, this is where oh man, I gotta pull that back up. Hang on, I think I have it bookmarked. I totally forgot about that. One moment, please.
So we're looking for 4 ounce. And what is that in grams?
Okay, I'm connecting back to where I found the manual. Okay, here's the... Okay, got the manual. There's train schedule. All right, give me the other page. There we go. Hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphs. Lots and lots of hieroglyphs. Reigns of the monarchs. Semaphore. Okay, metric conversion. Hang on. How do I zoom in on this? All right, so what are we looking at?
4
what was
ounces.
the question again? 4 ounces in
grams.
In grams. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, 1 gram is 0.035 ounces, or about a paper clip's weight. It says here. Is there just a straight across? Trying to find just a straight across conversion. Oh, there isn't one. What, really? It actually expects us to do math here? What is this crap?
Alright, Wes, so what did it say for an ounce?
Okay. Oh, here it is. Here it is. When you know ounces, you can find grams. Multiply by 28. So what is it? How many?
So 28
how many
would be
ounces?
112 grams for 4 ounces.
Okay. There you go. Okay, you got it. Excellent.
You're right. It's not 75 grams. It's actually about 112 grams. No wonder Caractacus doesn't want to fly. He's 37 grams heavier than his flying weight. Someone's tampered with these scales so that we would overfeed the birds and they wouldn't fly. I wonder who did that.
Caractacus the falcon still sits quietly on his perch. Well, he looks pretty full and contented, all right. Just like I feel after 3 slices of pizza.
Yeah, he's got a perch, so he's got a fish there. He's fine.
After this mystery,
That is the second. That is the second time I've made that joke, and I'm
after this mystery, I'm gonna need some water. I'm feeling a little dry, a little bit right now, so I'm gonna need some water after this. We heard the American falconer Tommy Wing took his hawk to Dartmoor. Let's follow him.
So Dartmoor.
Get comfortable. Dartmoor's quite a ways out of London, down toward Cornwall. If we reach Plymouth, we've gone too far.
Plymouth being right next to Chrysler. Little town down there.
There's a fellow with a big hawk on his arm. That must be Tommy Wing. I don't know what you think, but I get goosebumps whenever that hawk looks at me. Its eyes are so hypnotizing. You know, Mr. Wing, we were talking to Mr. Manley, and he said...
Okay, so for this guy, I think...
he's American, remember?
Oh, he's American? Oh, that's right, okay. So I'm so used to doing British accents, I don't know who to do for an American. I'm looking at him trying to see what he would sound like. I don't know. It's hard to say. Look, I don't care what that old coot said. I came over here to learn from master falconers like Mr. Manley, but he seems to think Americans are too important to blah, 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 blah.
Basically, it said, too impatient, said that they're too impatient to learn falconry. My hand nudged the keyboard by accident. I'm sorry.
I kind of figured, yeah, that's fine. I wonder if he knows that falconry was invented by the oh, he's Chinese, okay. with the name wing. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Invented by the Chinese, maybe 3,000 years ago. It may be the oldest sport in the world. It takes years of dedication to become a falconer, and I work with Geronimo every single day. You have to, if you let a hawk fly free and expect it to return on command.
You really let Geronimo go? No leash or anything? And he comes back all on his own? Wow.
Yeah, 'cause I got the hookup with the lady hawks. You know what they say, if you really love something, let it go free. Or like Sting said, somebody, if you love someone, set them free. For me, falconry is like that. When I see them soar, it's like I can fly too.
He doesn't look like a falcon, Mr. Wing. What kind of bird is he?
Geronimo's a goshawk, one of the largest American hawks. They made a movie about him too, called The Goshawk Redemption. It was awesome. Isn't he beautiful? Quite a hunter too. He's really great at nabbing rabbits and rabbing nabbits. Well, kids, I'd love to give you a little demonstration, but Geronimo doesn't seem to be himself today. I haven't fed him very much this morning, but he acts like he's fat and happy and not interested in hunting.
I was wondering, could I pet him?
No, it wouldn't be safe. Hawks aren't pets at all, and the ways we show affection to dogs and cats don't mean the same things to them. They live to hunt. Geronimo works with me as long as I'm a good hunting partner. If hunting with me weren't successful, he'd be gone.
Okay, let's return to the scene of the crime and puzzle out these clues.
Now
So
that's really
Chelsea had that metal ball, and there's also the mislabeled weight. Definitely some
yeah.
shenanigans went on with Chelsea and her
Yeah,
protest.
the metal ball I think has a lot to do with that. I'm not sure what exactly, but yeah, the whole thing with falconry and falcons sticking around as long as there's good hunting partners. That's an interesting thought. That's like a true human animal partnership.
Okay, let's go into the Travis. All right, let's look at these clues. So he brought him up to his perfect weight according to the balance scale, but he's
Mhm.
overfed. That's because
Mhm.
the balance scale is wrong.
Mhm.
All right.
It's Tommy Wing. Yeah, I don't think Tommy Wing would have done it because his falcon is having the same issue.
Yeah. Let's go through. Chelsea Sinclair helped set up the scales.
Mhm. The only people who came close. Yeah, I don't know about any of the rest of these.
Yeah. I'm just leaving it up so you have time to read them, because you
Yeah.
complained about that before.
Oh, did you want me to go ahead and read them or?
No, you don't have to, but
All right.
I'm giving you time to at least consider them.
Okay. Uh, this all looks like junk, except maybe the
Yeah.
first one, but.
We know it's Chelsea, so we want the clues
Yeah,
that have to do
exactly.
with her.
Yeah.
We don't need the science clues that talk about how the
Yeah.
birds are.
Yeah, just keep going on these then. Chelsea Sinclair's animal rights group is trying to influence the green lions. She wants to make sure, yep.
Yeah.
And the round metal ball, definitely. And maybe that third one when he
Maybe, but
weighed.
let's just we only get one
Let's
clue
see. Yeah,
left.
yeah. Characters did not look hungry, look contented and well fed. Falcon weighs 691.
Oh, we need two clues because
Yeah, according to the balance scale, he was his
we need
perfect
to go
weight.
back and clear one of the other clues. We want
Yeah,
the round metal
keep that
ball.
one. Yeah, that's right.
So
I
if we
think
come
that's
back
right.
here,
So click the second one.
yeah, and the third one.
Wait.
Somebody replaced the real weight
Oh yeah, you
with a
definitely
fake
want that.
one.
You definitely want that. There you go.
Are we
And
in
it
agreement
was-
that's Chelsea?
It's Chelsea. Chelsea, you naughty, naughty girl. Report to my study.
You got it. Chelsea Sinclair did not want the United Green Alliance to support falconers, so she cleverly sabotaged Mr. Manley's falconry exhibition. From her work at the zoo, Chelsea knew that falcons must be hungry to hunt. Falconers carefully control this by weighing their hawks and falcons every day on a scale. So when Chelsea helped Miss Barbrook set up the scales, she took one of the metal weights and put a much heavier one in its place. She cleverly wrote 75 grams in big letters on the weight so everyone would assume that was its weight. A heavier weight on one side of the scale made the bird on the other side seem too light. When Mr. Manley fed his falcon enough to bring him up to flying weight, he was really overfeeding him. No wonder he wouldn't fly.
Now, to be honest, just to be fair here, that's a pretty clever hack.
It
That's pretty
is.
smart. All right. Green Alliance to protect hawks. The United Green Alliance announced a program to save habitats in England for endangered falcons and hawks. The program won support and praise from both falconers and the Thames Basin Birdwatching Society, groups that usually don't get along. Uncle Evie and Jennifer Eagle helped us reach our agreement, said birdwatcher and falcon enthusiast Beth Bardbrook. They help show us that it's more important to see what we have in common than what makes us different. In this case, we all wanted to save habitat that's crucial for all kinds of birds to survive.
Keyword all kinds of birds. The
Mm-hmm.
hunters and the hunted.
Yep, true, because you need both. Hey, we got a Luna. What's up, Luna? Last night was kind of a mess, so we're redoing it again
Hey,
tonight.
do you mind if I grab a water real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. I'll
I'll be
sit here
like
and chit
I'll
chat.
be like 2 minutes.
All right, I'll
Tops.
sit here and chit chat. Go ahead.
All right.
So, yeah, last night we had some bandwidth problems, so we decided to go ahead and try this again tonight. Um, Last night and really tonight are going to be kind of weird because it's like a half and half stream. I have two things that aren't remotely related to each other in any way. I'm going to be doing a good old Doom the Dark Ages when we're done with this. Back from the hotel bar. Oh, how was the hotel bar? The hotel bars are usually pretty nice. Is this you're at a con, right? Cons are fun. I miss cons. I haven't been to a con in a while. The next one that I'm going to get to go to is Anthrocon. Oh man, I forgot about Too Many Games. That's coming up too, isn't it? Crap. When is Too Many Games? Let me look at that. Hell, I might have missed it by now. I don't even remember when it was. I am absolutely pulling up Too Many Games right now. Okay, it's in June. All right, cool. I'm probably gonna go to Too Many Games. Um, I don't know that Bitter Wither is going to go this year. Uh, Last year they wanted to go to get who was it, Neil Newbon's autograph or something. This year they've got John DiMaggio, whose voice I cannot do, and of course Charles Martinet, Martinet, Net, Mario guy is gonna be there. Who else do they got? Am I in this picture? No, that's not me. Okay. Pictures from previous years. I want to see who all they've got. This is not a sponsorship nor endorsement of Too Many Games convention, but just something I'm curious about here. They have Courtney Taylor. They have Ray Chase. They have Samantha Kelly. They have Mark Meir, who looks just suspiciously like uh, David Tennant in this picture. I can't see this. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. I am actually holding the phone correctly. Yeah, he looks like he looks like freaking David Tennant there. Alex Organ, fascinating name. Taiji Tang is going to be there. Zeno Robinson, Michelle Ruff, Natalie Van Sistine, Megan Shipman, Carrie Walgren. Where do I know her from? I know that name. I'm going to click on her in a second. Nora Ibrahim, Purple Worm Cast. Ifi Nwadiwe from the Purple Worm Cast also. Also from the Purple Worm Cast, Jared Logan. Also from the Purple Worm Cast, Diana Faye. Also from, oh no, not from the Purple Worm Cast. Alexis Lay, canceled. And they got some creators. They got a bunch of creators. Bunches and bunches of creators. Wow, there's a lot of people. Creepy Mama 666 is going to be there. Great name. I don't know what they do, but great name. Bailboat, and I've heard of them. I haven't heard of most of these people, to be honest. Oh, Pat Contry. Pat the Nintendo nerd. Proton John. Uh, yeah, I don't know a lot of these people. This one guy looks like my producer. That's funny. Huh, oh well. So, what con did you guys go to, if you don't mind saying, in a public space that no one's watching? Um, in the meantime, I don't know if anyone can tell this, but my set is backwards in the little corner display because now it looks like it's not backwards because I got this thing pointed the right direction, but it's actually backwards. I flipped it around because it's one of those neon plexiglass things, and it has, you can show both sides on it. But so yeah, I'm just kind of sitting here chilling, waiting for Evie to get back. Trying to think if there's anything funny or interesting I can do, and apparently I don't do funny or interesting well, which explains a lot of things actually. Um, let's see. I finally the Munchkin Big Box. What the hell is it? Hang on, I'm gonna grab this thing. Hang on a second. Might as well show this off. Okay, so here is. It is really a big box. The Munchkin Big Box, and it's going to be reversed. Sorry because of the thing, but yeah, this thing's freaking huge. It was something I kickstarted. I kickstarted this thing. I forget what date I actually signed the pledge or whatever, but I was charged for it 1 year and 1 week ago, and they made some missteps on this thing. I'm not. I mean, I'm very glad to have it. It's nice to have, the big box and all that. But it took a year and a week, and like, I kickstarted.
Okay, I'm
What was
back.
it? The dark. Okay, I was just saying. Let me finish the thought here real quick. I kickstarted the Dark Tower game, and that had a giant electronic tower to manufacture, and I got it faster than a year and a week. I was showing the audience the Munchkin Big Box game that finally showed up. You've heard me talk about this. It finally showed up 1 year and 1 week after I paid for it. um, so yeah, I was not super thrilled with the whole process, but I mean, it did show up, and it's good condition, good quality, and all that. So I suppose I'm happy. I will say that. All right, we can continue on if you like.
Okay, so we're going into the case of the Hampton Haunt.
The Hampton Haunt. The Hilton Hotel's Hampton Haunt. Hallelujah. Regular viewers will notice I am drinking from a plastic bottle tonight. I'm out of my beloved liquid deaths and will be replenishing them very shortly. I just gotta wait for them to show up. All right, here we go. Jennifer, how are your nerves lately?
Steady as ever, I guess. Why? What's up?
The spirits of the dead, it seems. I just got word that there's been another ghost sighting at Hampton Court, and this time there are two witnesses. Are you and Uncle brave enough to come along?
Definitely. Let's go.
Why don't you say "Let's go, Uncle"? Why don't you say that? Because I
Oh,
mean,
we talked about that before. It's just,
I
Uh,
know it's you, but at the same time, you're
yeah,
playing the character, so it's valid. So
yeah,
I don't know.
cause it's like we were taking the perspective of the kids. I mean, who's this faceless third person that everyone keeps talking to?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you.
It makes more
It is
sense
a
to just think of this as Jake, Jennifer, and all the people they know in London.
yeah, yeah. It is a bit odd. I'm with you on that.
I have a real hard time believing that ghosts are for real, but let's go check it out.
I'm for real.
Out of character, I do think ghosts are real. I've actually had a few. I haven't seen any ghosts, but I've had a few weird encounters. Two things that I can most. Two things that I probably were most likely angel visits, as well as some other weird chilly shenanigans at times. So, uh,
So just to play off that, I won't go into the stories now, but we stayed at a house in Oklahoma for a couple of years. We rented the place, and we had so much weird crap go on there. And we can talk about it after the case or whenever you want. But I believe I actually saw some variety of a ghost during those proceedings. There was all kinds of
yeah.
weirdness.
I think you told me some of the stories at one of the game nights
I
at
might
the
have.
old
I've talked
house.
about it a couple times. It was really strange. And it was just in that house. No other place. Just there. It was weird. Anyway.
Let's go see what's really happening at Hampton Court. I'm surprised. We've been on the train twice so far and it hasn't made me look at my maps yet. We're in the
Yeah.
advanced casebook. It should have asked us to look at the maps.
Well, we did have the one thing in the last case where we had to convert the ounces to.
Yeah, but
Uh,
I'm talking about my end with the maps. I mean,
oh yeah.
the
Well, it's only
trains
going to ask
usually
you.
ask us
It's only
to.
going to ask you one time though per
Yeah,
episode for something.
yeah.
So
Well, I suppose if there were such a thing as ghosts, they might want to hang out here. Oh, there's a lot of people here.
is
Which
that ET up top in a chair?
where do you see that?
To the right of your pointer and up a little bit. Big white blob to the right, to the right, to the right, right there.
Right
It
here.
looks like it looks like ET in a chair.
E.T. in a.
Yeah, remember when he was wrapped up in the Halloween sheet?
Um,
It looks
vaguely.
like
It looks
ET in
like
a
it's
chair.
just. It looks like it's supposed to be a low res interpretation of those fancy baroque paintings of like the angels
Maybe it
and
is,
stuff.
but it looks like ET in a chair. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Phone home.
Lady Edna. Oh, Jennifer. Okay, hold on a sec. Lady Edna. Is she the one that I was just doing the voice? Is that Basil's wife?
No, that's
Is that
Annette.
who?
Lady Edna
Okay,
is one of the. She's
that's
one of the ones
somebody
who
else.
has her own mansion that you have to take a train to. But
Oh yeah, the rich
she's
lady.
she's not the really rich one with like the
Not
parties
Emma
and stuff.
Finley.
She's the one with the that hosted like the tennis thing, and she hosted a couple of the
Okay, I don't
murder
remember how this
dinners.
goes. Okay. Oh, Jennifer, it was so exciting. A real ghost. I can hardly wait to get home to Malford and tell Julia. Although, of course, she won't believe me. After I heard the cat screeching, Try that again. After I heard the cat screeching, Lord Pomeroy screamed ghost, and I dashed up. I just got a quick look at her. Mostly I saw her shadow as she disappeared through that back door. I chased after her immediately, though poor old Lord Pomeroy, just stood frozen in terror. When I got to the door, there was no sign of her. She'd simply disappeared.
Creepy. What did the ghost look like? Could you see through it and everything?
Well, I only had a quick glimpse. She wasn't transparent or glowing or anything. In fact, if it hadn't been for her extraordinary clothes and the way she disappeared, she'd have seemed quite ordinary.
Who is Catherine Howard anyway, Lady Saltcoats? Someone who used to live here?
Yes, quite. And not just any someone either. She was once the Queen of England, one of Henry VIII's wives. I must confess I'm not all that clear on the history myself, but I do know that Henry had her beheaded.
Wow, right here at Hampton Court?
So, a quick note: beheaded. Usually, when you say be something like bedazzled, bedecked, that means you're adding something. So, beheaded should mean that you got an extra head, but it doesn't. Oh no, back in London at the Tower. I'll bet they've got plenty of history on her there.
And be careful, children. While you are here today, don't go anywhere alone. The ghost and such.
Don't worry, Lord Pomeroy. We'll stick close together.
I believe I might have peed myself just a bit. Not that that will protect you. Lady Saltcoats and I were together when the spectre accosted us.
You saw the ghost?
To my horror, yes. The palace is closed to the public this week for renovations, so I pulled some strings to be allowed in and invited Lady Saltcoats up. It seemed a lovely opportunity to show her the palace without the bother of tourists. I was giving Lady Saltcoats a quick tour when we heard the most awful wailing.
The ghost?
No, the palace cat, Mr. Tibbs. We rushed up the stairs just in time to see him, his hair straight on end, wailing towards the royal presence chamber. I looked round the doorway to see what had frightened him, and that's when I saw it. Ah, the spirit of Catherine Howard wandering alone, just as the legends say. I recognized her immediately. Madame Tussaud's wax model. What? Try it again. I recognized her immediately. Madame Tussaud's wax museum has a model of her, and the likeness was unmistakable. She was wearing precisely the same dress.
Hello, you two. Any sign of boogies or banshees yet?
Not yet, but we are keeping our eyes peeled.
I've had a good look round here, and I haven't noticed anything strange as yet, so I've taken a moment to study up on the history of the place.
Great idea, Aunt Em. What have you learned?
Well, Henry VIII and his wives, including Catherine Howard, did live here at Hampton Court, but their royal lodgings were demolished in 1689 by William III. I suppose he was tired of their old-fashioned rooms. He had this room and the others around. Yeah. He had this room and the rooms around it built in the style he enjoyed. The only parts of the palace that still remain as they were when Henry lived here are over in the Tudor wing, where the Great Hall and the Royal Chapel are. You can find the Tudor wing by looking for both of the doors.
So what would the ghost of Catherine Howard be doing here?
Do you get it? Two doors? Two doors? Who can tell, but she certainly wasn't haunting her old rooms. They no longer exist.
This way to the King's Presence Chamber, where Lord Pomeroy and Lady Saltcoats saw the ghost.
Dude on the staircase looks like he's doing some kung fu noise there. Did you notice that? Whoa!
See, no ghosts here now.
Let's see,
Ghosts? No, I've never seen any myself, and I've been working here nigh on 8 years. Although I've heard stories. I remember hear tell of a woman who went visiting in the Royal Chapel in the Tudor wing, and that's the one with the two doors, and came over cold all of a sudden. She said she saw a misty figure rise up out of one of the pews. She came running out of there like a pack of wolves was chasing her, and she wouldn't go back in for all the tea in China, or all the lasagna in Italy, or all the potatoes
Lex, do you think
in
she
Boise.
really saw a ghost?
In that lovely old chapel? No. I think the old dear was a bit potty. But perhaps she heard our new air conditioning system come on, and it gave her a start.
Did you ever hear of anyone seeing a ghost in the King's Presence Chamber?
Oh, no. Yes. No. But you never know. It could be. Of course, this whole palace has been closed to the public for the past week. Only Lord Pomeroy, myself, Peebles the gardener, and our guests have been allowed in the buildings. Yes.
Oh, hello there, young miss. Excuse me, won't you, while I just fetch the cat. There we are, Mr. Tibbs. Naughty boy. He does like to run about these old chambers, does our Mr. Tibbs, but he's not really allowed. Are you, lad? Yeah, pet.
Why is that, Mr. Peebles?
Well, he's getting on a bit now, dear old thing, and he doesn't take well to strangers. Can't abide the tourists, you see. He just spits and screeches whenever he catches sight of scent of 'em. Not a very nice attitude when you live in a public palace, I'm afraid. So he's been banished to the gardens, poor boy.
But he was in here earlier today, too. How does he get in?
He's a cat. There's no telling what they're gonna do. A big drafty palace like this has 1,000 secret doors for courtiers and kings to make their escapes through. There's one at the end of this hall that's a particular favourite of Mr. Tibbs. He knows I jam it open on warm days like today.
Alright, I think that's everything we can learn at the palace itself.
Yep.
But there's probably some more clues waiting back home in London. So we're going to go to the Tower of London.
All right. Well, yes, I am beatboxing to the music playing on my side.
If Catherine Howard was beheaded here at the Tower, maybe the Beefeaters here can tell us something about her.
Yes, Catherine Howard was one of the unfortunate victims of Henry VIII. He was rather a merciless monarch. While he was king, he had over 80,000 people put to death for various reasons. Catherine was quite a bit younger than Henry, who was nearly 50 years old when he married her. Not that that's old, mind you, as she was said to be very pretty, too. But barely a year later, he had her imprisoned here in the Tower and later beheaded. The charge was treason, but many people believe she was innocent.
Maybe that's why people think her ghost would come back. She may have been killed for no reason.
Ghost? Really, Jennifer, you're not going to let anyone talk you into that sort of rot, are you? If there were such things as ghosts, which I very much doubt, I think we'd have better evidence of them nowadays than the claims of some very excitable persons.
Thank you, underprivileged turd EF, for the best viewers offer, but I'm going to pass. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay.
I've been a beefeater here at the Tower for 10 years, and I've never seen, heard, felt, or even smelled a ghost. I suspect people make up stories like that to boost the tourist industry. People do love a good tale.
Whoa, this is the place where Catherine Howard actually got her head cut off. Jeez.
Oh, do they actually have the thing there?
It
Like in
says here
England?
that in those days, all you really had to do to get executed was displease the king.
Yeah, people here should keep that in mind.
People didn't have
Anyway.
courts or lawyers or anything to protect themselves from his anger. The king's word was the law.
Yeah, people here should keep that in mind.
All right, and we have one more place to go.
Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, where they have the wax people. Yes.
There's the Henry VIII exhibit. Well, if that's supposed to be Catherine Howard, she's not really very pretty.
Well, it's not correct because, I mean, she still has her head on. So,
Well,
just saying.
actually, hey, I have an idea. I've never been there, but DC has a Tussauds. You want to come down one day and we'll go check it out?
Maybe there's one in Vegas that I did that was kind of interesting.
And then,
I had my picture taken with who was it?
Maybe-
they had like the Hulk or something there. I
maybe
don't
we
remember.
could go to Tussauds for a while and then Uber over to the zoo. I can't really do the zoo because of all the hills, but
Oh.
the pandas are back, so
You know,
that's
you know
kind of a
what?
big deal.
On the Madame Tussauds thing, I might be able to get either free or discount tickets. I'll have to check my app.
all right, let's
I'll
continue
find
the
out.
mystery.
Let's talk to people. Yeah, let's do this. Ms. Dunbar. Hello, dears. What are you two up to today?
Ghost hunting, Miss Dunbar. We are trying to learn about Catherine Howard so that we can find out how to put her ghost to rest.
Good heavens, that sounds more like a task for a ghost hunter than a pair of young sleuths. But I suppose Madame the Wax Museum can be of some help.
So is Madame Tussaud an actual person, or is she a character that some organization created to host these wax museums?
There was a Madame Tussauds at one time, a very long time ago, I think. Have a good look at our Henry VIII display. As you know, we here at Madame Tussauds pride ourselves on our realism and exactness, even with these models of long-dead historical figures. Our sculptors created Henry and his wives from portraits painted during their lifetimes, so that their features would be as realistic as possible. Ah, well, that explains the head. There we go. The clothes that the figures wear are exact copies of the fashions of their eras, made from precisely the same kinds of fabrics as the originals. Our fashion expert Astrid sees to that. We get scads of compliments from period experts on this display. Why, just the other day, an acting troupe from the Old Vic came in to take notes on the costumes for their production of Shakespeare's Henry VIII. I like to think that these figures look just as the real Henry VIII and his wives would have, except that none of our ladies will end up on the chopping block, unlike the person which is directly behind her, who is on the chopping block, which is a different person, I suppose.
This room is creepy too. It's where they build all the robots and wax models for the museum.
Robots? They're building robots here? Dang. Technologic.
Look at all these models. I always forget that a lot of Madame Tussauds figures are also robots until I come in here.
Bow, 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 bow.
Let me see if I've got Dr. Wild. I don't think I do. Beep, 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 beep. Wild, 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 wild. Nope. Yeah, nope. I did have. I did her right. I had Ms. Dunbar, and I did her with the right voice. Dr. Wild. Hello, Jennifer. You're just in time to see me demonstrate my newest effect, the levitating lady.
Well, that's excellent, Dr. Wild. How do you do it?
Sorry, Jennifer. Top secret. Can't be giving out all the tricks of the trade now, can I?
No, I guess not. Does anyone else know how to do this trick?
I should hope not. I just invented it myself this week. It's not a trick, Jennifer, at any rate. It's a rather complicated special effect that I developed using hovercraft technologies. And yes, my hovercraft was full of eels. So far, I can only support about 2 stone, 28 pounds, but I hope to perfect the effect until I can lift an entire life-size model. Astrid. Now, her I've got on here, I think. I do not have Astrid. Okay. Catherine Howard. Oh, yes, I remember. I made a very special gown for her from the kinds of silks and velvets that would have been popular when she was alive. She was a bit of a tough one, though.
Why is that, Astrid? Was it hard to find the right stuff in the 20th century?
A good guess, but that wasn't it. You see, Catherine Howard was Henry's wife for less than 2 years before he had her axed, so there weren't very many portraits of her. It's just like a female Matt Berry is how this is turning out. In those days, there weren't any cameras, and painting someone's portrait took quite a bit of time. The poor thing wasn't queen long enough to have any really good ones done. We found a few lovely ones of her face, but not very many of her full figure, which would have helped me suss out her clothes quite a bit. To tell the truth, I made up most of what our figures wear in here by studying the clothes of other noblewomen of the time. Catherine never owned exactly that dress. I must have done a fairly good job of it, though, because Dr. Hadrian, a historian from Oxford that came in here a month or so ago, liked it so much she bought the dress pattern.
Okay, so, looks like we have a few more places to go.
Technologic.
Bow,
We're
bow,
going to the Old
bow,
Vic Theater.
Bow, 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 bow.
Do you know why I say technologic whenever I see that particular mannequin? Because Daft Punk used that in a video. It was like exactly that type of mannequin. And it
Looks
said,
like we're walking in
Technologic.
on some artistic differences.
Technologic.
Yes, yes, I know I need to work on it. What do you think I've been doing, Reginald? Oh, does no one understand how difficult it is to perform, to express oneself, when one is being constantly harassed and cannot speak, apparently? I've spent nights wondering, as I imagine Catherine herself did, wringing my hands over my fate. But it's so difficult, you see. It's terribly hard for one as young and lovely as myself to imagine her problems.
For heaven's sake, Camilla, what on earth is the matter? Just read your lines.
But my motivation, I must have motivation. How can I play Queen Catherine without understanding her agony?
You'll understand agony in a minute, Camilla, if you don't get on with this scene. Dan's waiting for his cue. Oh, blast. Let's all have a break. Camilla, get yourself together. I gotta have a smoke.
Now, is this guy American?
I have no idea. I don't think we've seen him before.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't say. I don't know. All right, I'll do him English unless something else comes up. That Camilla, what a prima donna. She's exhausting me.
What's a prima donna?
She's like the leader of all the donnas. The others are all secondary or perhaps tertiary donnas. You know, someone who thinks they're so special and talented that the normal rules don't apply to them. It's pretty frustrating to work with someone like that because they're usually terribly selfish and spoilt. Camilla's been a trial since this play began. First, she insisted that we spend twice as much on our wardrobe as we'd intended to get the most authentic look, and still keep her precious self comfortable as Catherine.
So Camilla is playing Henry's wife, Catherine Howard.
Is that here? Sorry, I thought I heard a cat meowing somewhere. No, this is Shakespeare's Henry VIII. Catherine Howard doesn't come into it. Camilla's playing Catherine of Aragon, Henry's first wife, whom he divorces. And then kills her.
Okay, so Henry married two Catherines?
Well, actually, Henry married 3 women named Catherine. Catherine of Aragon, whom he divorced, Catherine Howard, whom he had beheaded, and finally Catherine Parr, who outlived the old goat.
And between them, there were 2 Annes and a Jane as well.
Ah, yep.
Good grief.
He was married a lot. He was fond of marrying, but not fond of staying married. And that's not to mention the other 3 wives, Anne Boleyn, Anne of Cleves, and Jane Seymour. You know, from Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, a great show. You think your American soap operas have juicy plots? Ha! You should read some English history.
That man Reginald is a brute. Can you imagine treating such a delicate spirit as myself in that fashion?
Spirit?
Yes, I say I need time to research Catherine, to explore her life and her emotions. Why, just the other day I asked to be allowed in at Hampton Court to wander the halls she used to inhabit, and the fools refused me. Me, a very nearly famous star of London theatre. It's an outrage.
So she wasn't actually in Hampton, and she's playing the wrong Catherine. I don't think we need to worry about her.
Yeah, she's just stupid. Oh, ye gods, spare me from temperamental actresses. That Camilla will be the death of me. Where's the rum? She may... Okay, here's a question. Legit question. So, whinge. In English, in American, I guess we would say whine. And I see whine and whinging. Is it supposed to be a silent G when you read that?
I have no idea. I've never
I don't
seen
know
that
either.
word before.
Oh, I've seen it many, many times, and it's irritating because I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. It looks like whinge, but I think it's just like an English spelling, like a British English spelling of whine, like whine. You whine about stuff or whatever. I'm just gonna say whine because I don't know how to pronounce that.
She may whine and moan a bit, but I hate to admit it, she's the finest leading lady in all of South London. Don't tell her that. I will kill you. She'll be a wonderful Queen Catherine once she's gotten settled in. You'll see. If I live to see it. Ugh.
I'm gonna look that up. Okay, riff for a minute. I gotta look up how to pronounce whinge.
Alright, we're back at the train station. I think this ghost story is more hype than haunt. Let's see where else we can get some down-to-earth facts. We've been to Hampton, so now we have to go to Oxford. You think we might learn something from talking to that historian at Oxford? Good idea, let's go. It's about 2:33 p.m. according to my watch. Let's take a look at the train schedule in the handbook and find out which train we want. Okay, we need your schedule. We need your train schedule.
Okay, one second here. Hang on. Okay, here is how to pronounce this word. Hang on. Play it again.
Whinge.
So it is pronounced whinge. Well, what it's like a substitute for wine. So I don't understand any of this. Okay. All right, what are we trying to figure out?
Train schedule. 2:33 p.m. Which platform will get us to Oxford?
Okay, 2:33 next platform to Oxford. Got it. Okay. One moment. Reign of the Monarchs, don't need that. Get in the middle. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, 2:30. Okay, I've got the train schedule here. Man, this is tiny. Hold on a second. There we go. There is a 2:45 on platform 5. So there we go.
Platform 5?
Yep.
That's
not a
right.
bad wait.
Let's go to platform 5 and grab the 245 to Oxford.
That is not a bad wait. Those cars, I swear, they're not supposed to, obviously, but I swear they look like Amtrak cars.
That must be the historian Astrid told us about, Dr. Hadrian. If she's so nuts about Catherine Howard that she bought the pattern for Astrid's dress, maybe she'll be able to give us some scoops on Catherine's life.
Let's see, what would she sound like? Let me think here for a second. I don't know. We'll just try something here.
My specialty's Tudor history, the 100 years or so when the family of Henry VIII ruled England. But my main interest is in Henry VIII and his wives. This year, I've concentrated on the unfortunate Catherine Howard, partly because she leads such an
interesting... typo.
She led such an interesting and short life, but partly too because many people have told me that I resemble the portraits made of her, and I find that frankly unsettling. I suppose I feel connected to her in that way. My next book will be written from her point of view. I've gone to great lengths to try and understand her life. I spent last summer in Sussex, where she spent her girlhood. I even spent 2 months of this year locked in a tiny hotel room overlooking the Tower of London to see if I could understand how she must have felt it as a prisoner in the Tower, as I dined on room service.
That sounds awful. Why did you do that?
Going to the places Catherine lived helps me to understand some of the things that she felt and went through. That way I can write not only a historical novel, but an interesting biography as well.
Do you think that the ghost of Catherine Howard could be haunting the halls of Hampton Court?
Ghost? Well, I've spent a lot of time at Hampton Court because Mr. Peebles, the head gardener there, is an old friend of my family, and he looks quite lovely when he's shirtless. But the most frightening thing I've ever seen there was a dreadful cat, Mr. Tibbs. Never a ghost. I suppose if ghosts did exist, Catherine Howard might be as likely a person as any to haunt a place. She certainly had a tragic life, and since it was at Hampton Court that she was arrested for treason, I suppose it's possible that her spirit might walk there. Or jog, or skip, perhaps. Possibly running? I don't know.
Okay, I think we know what we need to know. This is our Catherine Howard right here.
All right.
Are you in agreement that it's the Oxford historian?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Royal Presence Chamber at Hampton Court. Yeah.
A likeness from Madame Tussauds. She had the same dress.
Yep. That's Shadow, and she chased to advantage for that trace. That's not the ghost looked like an ordinary person except for its ancient clothes and its disappearance. Maybe. I don't know. We'll skip it for now. The rooms at Henry were demolished.
Alright, so nothing here is relevant.
Yeah, nah. I'm not in the palace this week. Maybe? Mr. Tibbs. Reaches as the site of tourists, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll keep that in mind, but I don't think any... Oh, go back one. The secret door out to the garden at the end of the royal presence chamber. He jammed it open today to let in the fresh air.
Maybe that might have to do with the disappearance, but that was more in context with the cat. So I'm not gonna...
Well, it's context with the cat, but I think it might have something to do with her.
Let's see what the other clues are, because we only get 5 total.
No, right. No.
No, I don't think those are relevant.
No. Wait, go back one. acted troop that took notes on the cost. No, okay, never mind. Oh, levitating lady effect.
Well, I don't think that's relevant because
Uh,
none of the witnesses said anything about the ghost levitating.
right, the ghost didn't levitate. Right. Yeah. Okay. I just saw that and it's like instantly your mind goes to it, but yeah, it's not that. Uh, yeah,
Let's
none of
keep
these.
these dress clues in mind because that's
Yeah,
somewhat relevant.
yeah.
That Dr. Hadrian bought the pattern. We want that because
Yes.
Dr. Hadrian is our person.
Yep.
We can
Yep.
skip all the stuff about Camilla Wren because she plays
Yeah, she's a prima donna. Who
she
cares?
plays Catherine Aragon, the other Queen
Yeah.
Catherine.
Don't care about prima donna. Camilla Wren insisted the acting company's fan. Camilla Wren. Nope. Nope.
No,
Nope.
nothing there.
Dr. Hadrian's writing a book about Catherine Howard.
And she spent
Visiting
a lot
places,
of time at
yep.
Hampton Court because
Yep.
Mr. Peebles is a family friend.
Yep. And that's that. All right.
We
So
want Dr.
it is
Hadrian.
Dr. Hadrian. Dr. Hadrian. Hey. Hey, Dr. Hadrian. Dr. Hadrian. Hey. Hey, Dr. Hadrian. Dr. Hadrian.
You got it. That was no ghost that Lord Pomeroy and Lady Saltcoat saw. That was Dr. Hadrian trying to prepare for her book. We started to figure out that the ghost Lord Pomeroy saw was no ghost when Lady
I ain't afraid no
Saltcoats
ghost.
told us that she saw the ghost's shadow slip through the door. Why would a ghost have a shadow? But the real clues started to come together when Lord Pomeroy told us he was positive that the ghost was Catherine Howard because he recognized her from the display at Madame Tussaud's. Astrid, the fashion expert at Madame Tussaud's, told us that the dress she made for Catherine Howard couldn't have really been worn by the Queen because she made it up from her imagination. If what Lord Pomeroy saw really was a ghost, it certainly couldn't have been Catherine Howard because it was wearing a dress designed in the 20th century. Whoever Lord Pomeroy saw was wearing a copy of Astrid's dress. Astrid told us that she sold the pattern for that dress to Dr. Hadrian of Oxford University. Dr. Hadrian must have been wearing that dress on a research visit to Hampton Court. She is trying to understand Catherine Howard enough to finish her book. She could get in because she's an old friend of Mr. Peebles the gardener.
You know, I Ain't Afraid of No Ghost makes me think of a fun little trivia thing. I forget which one sued the other and which one won, but Huey Lewis and the News and Ray Parker Jr. for the Ghostbusters theme, one of them sued the other because both songs use exactly the same bass line. And even like the little instrumental breaks, it's the same on both songs. And like whoever wrote the song didn't even realize it at the time, but they were copying the other song that had come out like a year before or something. It's an interesting story. Look it up sometime. Anyway, back to topic. Young sleuths explain Hampton haunting. A supposed ghost sighting at Hampton Court was debunked yesterday by Uncle Evie of the renowned Eagle Eye Detective Agency. Uncle realized that the figure we saw couldn't have been the real ghost of Catherine Howard since it was clad in a dress created only last year, explained Lord Pomeroy. The ghost was actually Oxford historian Dr. Eleanor Hadrian, preparing for her new novel. Dr. Hadrian applauded Uncle's detective work. I was impressed with the history Uncle used to track me down. He really studied up. Hampton Court officials were relieved that this haunt at least was no ghost. And no one was afraid of no ghost.
Alright, so I think 2 more is what we agreed on. And then
Yep.
we'll have 3 more episodes of 5. And then we'll have to look for other content.
Yep.
So
So we're launching into Case of the Trespassing Toy. Now, here's a question. This is Eagle Eye London. Is there a different Eagle Eye Mysteries?
There
like an
is
original.
one at their fictional hometown in America. I have never seen or played it. I don't know
Okay, so
anything
that's
about it.
probably, I would guess that's the one before this. I
Yeah.
would think that would be the first one.
I don't think they did any more games after this one though, so I think it's just
I don't
the
think they
2.
did. That's too bad. This is cute. I mean, it's a neat little.
I can look
Neat
and
little
see
setup.
I can look and see if Eagle Eyes 1 is on one of these online emulators. But let's finish
That
this
might be
game
something to
first.
look up. Yeah, let's finish. Yeah, let's keep going.
So the Case of the Trespassing Toy. Are you ready?
Let's do it. I may need to grab another water after this one. Boom, boom. Oh, it's Dad or Uncle Basil.
I knew it. It was only a matter of time before the Druids returned, just as I predicted in my book, Nightmare from the Celtic Past.
Slow down, please, Uncle Basil. What on earth are you talking about?
I didn't know I was speaking quickly. The Druids. They've brought a toy tiger to life. It's stalking through the town. Aunt Miranda has it on videotape. Come on down to the kitchen and see. Because the kitchen is where we have our VCR, you see.
Why do we have to go outside the attic to walk back into the kitchen?
I don't know.
I mean, I know it's the way that they have this game built logistically, but it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Now, what's all this about druids and toy tigers? I mean,
Toy tigers. Oh, really, Basil? Must you fill their heads with such rubbish? Druids, come now. Miranda, dear, I admit it's only a hunch, but how else do you explain it? Toys don't normally steal themselves, you know. Uncle, the security people at the famous Chumley's toy store bought this video round. They haven't shown it to anybody else. It's quite remarkable. I doubt very much that druidic magic is involved, but the Chumleys people want to be sure exactly what happened. They need to pinpoint exactly who could have pulled this little stunt. It'll make a great story, regardless of whether the answer turns out to be technology or wizardry. Would you mind lending me a hand with it?
sure, toy tigers stalking the streets of London. How could we say no?
Toy like tiger. Go round to all the toy stores and see if any of the toys are, vanishing. But remember, keep this a secret. If there is a revolution of the wind-up toys in progress, I want the scoop. Right, we don't want to start a panic. If toys start stealing themselves all over London, it'll be pandemonium. Or possibly tigermonium. Depends on the toy, I suppose. I'll ring up Nigel's friend, the one who knows so much about toys. Felix, his name is. He'll meet you at the London Toy and Model Museum.
The security cameras at Chumley's toy store recorded this videotape late last night. It features a normal-looking stuffed toy, a white Bengal tiger about 2 feet long. On the video screen, you see the tiger suddenly get up, fall off the shelf, roll over onto its feet, and stalk around the floor of the toy store. It finds a little ladder that goes up to a tiny window. It climbs the ladder, slips through the window, and is gone.
Yeah, I don't know about climbing a ladder, but there was a museum somewhere that had an Egyptian piece that kept falling off of its shelf. They had it on like this glass shelf,
All right.
and they caught it on. Let me tell the story real quick. It's very short. They caught it on video, like moving around on the shelf and falling off onto the floor, and it happened on multiple occasions. Finally, they got I forget what the device is called, but they put a device on the shelf to measure vibrations. And it turned out that when a particular train went past, it would vibrate at just this exact right frequency to make the shelf vibrate. And that's why it was falling off onto the floor. The whole thing was pretty neat. Anyway.
Look at all these cool toys. Some of them are hundreds of years old. The sign says that out back you can even ride on a huge model railroad. And that must be Felix over there with his friend Aaron, as usual.
Your Uncle Basil gave us a ring. What's all this about druids and tigers?
It's a secret, so don't tell anyone. We saw a little toy tiger apparently come to life. It got up, fell off a shelf, got back up, wandered around, it even climbed a ladder.
Cool. Very odd. Right away we ask ourselves, is it a cat ghosty come to life? No way. Not possible. Dead out. It's a robot, says we. Right, Aaron? A radio-controlled job. Very ace. Very ace. Work of a bloomin' genius. Like the people here at Madame Tussauds, or the robotics lab at Oxford. They're the only people who could do it. They put little motors in. That's how it moves round. Someone far away controls it by radio. There's a little video camera in the head, so they can see where it's going. Lovely. I wish I had one of those tigers. Give my teachers at school quite a scare then, couldn't I?
I like these guys.
The museum exhibit on robotic toys contains several that were made here in the UK. It says each of these toys is about 30 centimeters long. 30 centimeters, how many inches is that?
Ah,
Let's take a
here we
look
go.
at the metric conversion chart in our Eagle Eye handbook and find out. You don't have to waste time on this one because the 30 centimeters is your average footstick, your average ruler, 12 inches.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I get confused sometimes changing centimeters to inches, but having a conversion chart helps a lot. Can you figure out about how many inches are in 30 centimeters? Like I said,
Yeah, it's gonna
standard
be
1 foot
12.
ruler,
Yeah.
12 inches.
All right.
Each of these toys
Okay,
is about a foot long.
I need to give Salem a treat.
One of the toys in the showcase is a miniature Mars Explorer robot built by Dr. Chris Ott and his team at Oxford. It was designed to cross any kind of surface without mishap, and it really works. Beside it is a clever wind-up tarantula by Mr. Elmer Klump of Covent Garden. The exhibit shows how realistically the mechanism moves each of its 8 legs. A robotic rat from a horror exhibit at Madame Tussauds is on display. As it peers about, twitches its whiskers, and wrinkles its nose, it seems almost alive.
Robot rat. Robot rat. Next to toy tiger. Toy tiger. Toy tiger. Toy tiger is a type.
Before we go to the wax museum, because we actually started in the middle, we really should have gone to Chumley's first, because that's where the actual scene happened. So let's go to Chumley's. Let's go
And
to
it's good to
Chumley's and
see.
get that before we
It's
go.
good to see he got work after Pawn Stars. Chumley, because he got into trouble with the law there for a while.
This was
He
probably
gone to
this
England
was
and
probably
opened
long
a place.
before Pawn Stars existed.
It was, yes, but it's still a good joke, so let's go with it.
This place is amazing. 6 stories tall and filled with nothing but toys. The stuffed animal display is as big as the whole toy store back home in Richview. Chumley seems magical, all right, but I still can't believe that one of the toy tigers mysteriously got up and walked away. How big do you think
What?
their Lego section is?
Oh, massive, I'm certain.
Maybe it's a whole floor?
Maybe. I remember this place. Oh, by the way, I never did give you the uptick on the Toys R Us in New Jersey, the new one, the 2-story one. The second floor is about half Legos.
Huh.
Or, excuse me, Lego. They're plural. But I remember this guy.
Pardon me, you haven't seen anything suspicious going on around here, have you? Like toys walking around by themselves or anything like that?
Let's see if I got a note for Jules on here. I don't think I do. I do not. Okay. No, I can't say that I have. Although that would be a great advert for our store, wouldn't it? Tumblies, where the toys come alive. Hey, that's pretty good. Maybe I should bring it up at the next company meeting. They might give me a big bonus. I could use the lolly.
You know what'd be fun is a Toy Story spin-off where they set it inside a toy store and it's like a whole army of toys.
Oh, yeah. Toys R Us or whatever would be nuts, or FAO or something. You asked if anything suspicious has happened around here. I guess something has. A woman came by earlier and left a puzzling note. Hey, you can read it if you like.
Let me guess. McCavity.
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, it's McCavity.
Hey! This looks like another of those notes from McCavity. It reads, "Foolish person did not know, made that little tiger go. Be nice to everyone on 4 paws, or watch for my robotic claws. Signed, The Hidden Paw."
I gotta say, I'm not against the sentiment of that note. Who is this McCavity anyway? Sounds like a raving loony to me. Oh yeah, now I remember. He's that criminal who's always making a monkey out of Scotland Yard. Sounds like you made a monkey out of someone else too. Ha.
So McCavity is behind all this. Now it's more important than ever that we find out who McCavity tricked into making the little tiger walk. The cat is an orange tabby about a foot high and 2 feet long. It's very friendly. A tag on its collar says, "Hello, my name is Lego."
Lego. That's Lego, the store cat. He comes in every day to help me sell the toys, then goes home right at quitting time. I guess he likes children, and there's always plenty of them here at Chumley's.
Cool. How does it get in and out of the store? Do you open a door for him?
No, I placed a toy ladder under a little window in the back. That way Lego can come and go as he pleases. The window's too small for people to get through, so it's all right to leave it open all the time.
The tigers are stuffed toys about 8 inches high and 2 feet long. They look like tigers but are white, not yellow, with black stripes.
Oh, wait, I have a prop for this. Uh, dang it.
I can't
Uh,
see it. I can't see it.
I know, but I want to show it. Dang it. I can't get it right now. I'll get it in a minute. Wait, did I bring it out here? I don't know. I'll find it when you're doing the train thing or something. A popular white Bengal. It's a threatened species, you know. Very sad. Magnificent animal that gets up to 3 meters long and weighs 500 pounds or more.
A meter is about 3 feet and 3 inches, so that means they get about 10 feet long.
That's right. Our little replicas are only 20 centimeters by 60, about 8 by 24 inches. These are much easier to keep around the house. They don't stroll around and knock things over.
Not till last night, anyway, right?
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find that thing real quick. I think oh, where did I put it? Oh, I
We're
don't know
going
that I
to
can
Madame
find it fast
Tussauds.
enough. Okay, I don't know if I can find it quick enough. Dang. So what this is, I'll just say what it is. It was a Mother's Day gift for Mrs. Breton. It came originally from oh, what was the name of the place? The Siegfried and Roy uh, animal habitat thing that was in Vegas, but it was a black top hat, and it's a little white tiger puppet inside of it, and you put your hand through the hat, and there's a little white tiger. It's cute as hell. I wish I knew where it was. It's off in another room. Anyway,
Too bad Jake isn't with us. He just can't get enough of the gory streets of Jack the Ripper scenes. I think he really believes that if Eagle Eye had been around back then, we would have figured out who Jack the Ripper really was. Didn't they finally solve that on like Star Trek or something? It turned out it was an alien energy life form who
I
possessed
think
people.
yeah, it sounds right. Oh, we have a
How
mysterious figure.
embarrassing. I thought the guard was a wax dummy. He said we could find Dr. Wilde, the robotics director, back in here.
Oh, I got a voice for Dr. Wild.
Well, we saw her last mystery, so the...
Yeah, I know, but I should have used it last time. Oh well.
Remember, we shouldn't tell Dr. Wilde about what we saw on the videotape. She's actually holding a
Technologic.
tiger head. That's relevant, but it's the wrong kind of tiger.
Technologic.
I can't remember what voice I did earlier. So you're interested in robots? Many of our young visitors are. And here at Madame Tussauds, our goal is realism. Exhibits so real they make your hair stand on end. Our latest project is an exhibit of Earth's endangered animals and the famous scientists who work to save them. Some of the animals will be robots. The tiger will roar, for example, but they won't be ready for many months yet.
Okay, so she's not our tiger. And remember, it's McCavity, so even if we find the person who made the robot, they probably haven't connected with McCavity because
Yeah.
McCavity
I
is still mysterious.
I think it's the cat in a tiger suit. The actual cat.
Possibly. Anything is possible in this game.
True.
Clump's contraptions. Look at all these wind-up toys. What an odd fellow Mr. Clump seems to be.
Mr. Clump this episode will be played by Christopher Lloyd.
Step up, my young friends. Buy yourself a commuter man. Only £5. It travels to work so you don't have to. Quite a bargain.
Do you mean Commuter Man, Mr. Clump, or Computer Man?
Commuter. From the Latin commuto, to move back and forth. Commuter. One who travels back and forth regularly, such as a worker who goes to the office the same way, day in and day out. Ah,
They're very cute, Mr. Clump, I'm sure. But I don't go to work just yet. I'm still in school. Are you selling a lot of Computer Mans?
commuter mans, please. No, business is terrible.
Hey, let me try that again. Hold on. Sorry, I got choked up.
Commuter mans, please. No, business is terrible. I need to promote my toys in a big way somehow. Find some way to make sure everyone in the UK has heard of Commuter Man. Now you've got me saying it.
My Christopher Lloyd is ending up sounding like an old Jewish guy. I don't know why. Is Christopher Lloyd Jewish?
We can look
I don't
it
think
up
he
later.
is.
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't think he
so.
is. I'm not sure. Yeah.
We're going back to Oxford. Oxford lies to the northwest of London in the middle of the county of Oxfordshire. All aboard.
I wish I knew where that tiger was. Dang it. I'm looking around to see if I see it sitting somewhere, and I'm not seeing it.
Here we are in the robotics lab of one of the world's most famous universities. Students come from all over the world to attend Oxford University.
I'm afraid our master of robotics, Dr. Ott, isn't here. He's in London at the Old Vic Theatre, helping build some robots for a new play. I'm Dr. Vivian Harris, his assistant. I build robots.
We've just come from London, from Chumley's toy store.
Chumley's? I think I've heard the name somewhere, but I'm afraid I'm not at all familiar with that place. And we don't do small robots in any case. Nothing that could fit through a small window.
We never mentioned anything about a small window. What an odd thing for her to say.
Now that's
Afraid I can't answer any of your questions, mate. This is my first day on the job helping Dr. Harris, thanks to the new Vivian Harris Scholarship Fund. It's not like it's my money, Griff, that's paying for you to come here. I just persuaded someone to donate it to the university. So they named the fund after me. I think it's important that... What? You gonna say something?
No, I just coughed.
Oh, okay.
I think I know what's going on here. I think I've cracked this mystery.
Yeah, I think I'm getting an idea here. I think it's important that younger people get to see how real science is done, even before they go to university. And your teachers said you had a real knack for mechanical things, Griff. I've been building things since I could walk. I can't wait to begin, Dr. Harris. Let's get started then, right?
There are many small motors and controls scattered all over the lab, and many weird-looking robots in various stages of being built. Boy, this looks cool. What are all these robots for?
Robots do all sorts of things, Jennifer. They work in factories and they handle hazardous materials. Some of them even help us explore the deep oceans and outer space. Our speciality is making robots that can move around. Some of them are controlled by a person far away. The most amazing ones can sense things and decide what to do on their own. We hope some of our designs will eventually help explore the surfaces of other planets. Others will work in nuclear power plants in places too radioactive for people to work. And some will help handicapped people get round on their own.
So I'm going to go back to London and just make sure we got all the clues, but I think Harris built the robot for McCavity so McCavity would fund her scholarship.
That makes sense. But certainly nothing small enough to fit through a window.
But we still have one more place to look for clues. We're going to the Old Vic Theater. Like, how did she know about the small window unless she was in on it?
Yeah. But officer, I never stabbed my girlfriend. Who told you she was stabbed? Oh, darn.
Look at all these robots. This looks more like a robot lab than the stage of the Old Vic Theater.
What did I do with him? I made him Matt Berry, that's right. I'm afraid Dr. Alt, the robot designer, isn't here. He had to go to Chumley's for more parts. He takes the pieces from the robot toys, then reassembles them into the robots we need for the play. The poor fellow's rather tired. We were working on these robots all last night. Robots till 4 in the morning. It was ridiculous. We have to get them ready for our play, and it opens this Friday.
On the Old Vic stage are many fierce-looking robots. They seem to be part of some kind of science fiction play. It's fitting that we're going to Chumley's for the final clue, because that's the scene of the crime and we get to solve the mystery standing there. I like solving the mystery in this place where it happened, you know?
Yeah.
That must be Dr. Ott, Oxford's robotics master.
You seem surprised to see me. Yes, even a master from Oxford loves a good toy store. I come in here quite often to look at the toys. Some of them are most ingenious.
We heard about a new toy, Dr. Ott. One that could fall off a shelf, get up again, walk around a room, find a ladder, and climb it all by itself. Do you know how someone could get a toy like that?
That sounds like a radio-controlled robot, and a pretty advanced one, too. I think only someone from our lab could build a robot like that. A robot like that's a powerful tool, or a weapon. I hate to think what could happen if a robot like that fell into the hands of, I don't know, some sort of master criminal or something, huh?
I think we have what we need.
Yeah, I think we got it.
Alright, let's pick our clues.
We've got the toy go by the toil. Toil of the Toy Toyka.
We and the guilty person are the only ones who know about the small window.
That's important, yeah. And escaping through a tiny window, I think
It's
that's one
possible, but we want to see all the clues.
Yeah, because we've established that it did climb through a window. So yeah.
Yeah, Jules is irrelevant.
Da 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 da. Stuffed toys. Cat is an orange tabby. It's very friendly. Let's start getting it out. Yep. Maybe the ladder. The third clue on the previous page mentioned the ladder, but
This radio-controlled robot clue is a possibility, but I'll come back to it if we need to pad.
that's unfounded though. That's from Aaron and Felix, and they're just like making stuff up. So they do mention Oxford, so I don't know.
Right,
wait.
we don't need
built by go back. Built by Dr. Chris Ott of Oxford.
Yeah, that's an irrelevant display at the toy museum.
Yeah, but it is a foot-long robot, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, and we don't need anything concerning Clump.
Yeah.
The Wax Museum robots aren't going to be ready for a while. That's irrelevant. Anything. All right, we're getting into the Harris stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They do not make robots that could fit through a small window.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Wealthy
Just
donor.
convinced a wealthy donor. Yep.
And keep the wealthy donor idea in mind. I'm telling you, I know who McCavity is because I've played this before. Keep the wealthy donor in mind.
Yeah. Dr. Ott says he visits families quite often.
It's possible,
Yeah.
but he might not be actually relevant. He might not be involved in this.
Yeah.
But he does say only someone from his lab could do what we saw.
Yep. All right.
And let's go back and get that one other clue.
Yeah.
It's a radio-controlled robot. And we're going to go to...
All right, so we're going to go with Vivian Harris.
Vivian Harris probably doesn't even know what McCavity intended it for, so she's probably not quite as guilty as totally. She's not. She's not a full-on criminal. She's just an accomplice.
She's more of a patsy, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Dr. Vivian Harris is very good at robotics, but she's not a very good liar. When we visited her at Oxford, she told us she never went to Chumley's toy store, but somehow she already knew there was a small window in the back of the store and that we were interested in robots small enough to fit through it. She knew these things because she was the one who assembled the robot inside the stuffed white tiger.
I did it for this person named McCavity. I thought it was a publicity stunt, that's all. McCavity sent me a letter saying if I built a robot that could find its way out of Chumley's, Oxford would receive a new scholarship fund in my name. What am I supposed to do on that? The blueprints for the store arrived the next day with the ladder and the small window marked carefully in pencil. I built the robot and left it in a paper sack in my garden late one night, just as the letter said to do. Okay, the paper sack thing is kind of weird. That should have raised a red flag. Next morning, the robot was gone, and the headmaster rang up and congratulated me. He said money for a new Harris Scholarship Fund had arrived that morning. Then I began to think, who was McCavity, and why did he want that robot? I got worried. I decided to pretend I didn't know anything about it, but I wasn't clever enough to fool Uncle Evie and Jennifer Eagle. And the wrap-up. Mystery Cat Explained by Sleuths. A bizarre episode at Chumley's Toy Store was explained today by Uncle Evie and Jennifer Eagle of the Eagle Eye Detective Agency. The two detectives revealed that a toy that apparently came alive last night was actually a robot programmed by Oxford's robotics assistant Vivian Harris. The security videotape of the stuffed toy coming to life, wandering across the floor and escaping out a cat door, confounded many of London's finest minds. But the detectives remained calm and alert. While interviewing Miss Harris, Uncle became suspicious about misstatements she made. She tried to cover her tracks by lying, Jennifer said. Instead, she got herself in worse trouble. The detectives were alarmed, however, to learn that a shadowy figure named McCavity tricked Miss Harris into making the robot, then stole the robot out from under her nose. We don't know why a person would want a robot like that, said Jennifer, but we'll find out. Roaches.
Remember, McCavity...
Why were roaches highlighted there?
I don't know. McCavity is an animal lover, as we've seen in previous cases, but McCavity has a particular spin on cats. All
Yep,
of
yep,
McCavity's cases so far have involved some kind of cat.
yep.
That's another big clue. You've met McCavity before, you just haven't realized it yet. When
Ah,
we get to this part of the list, this is where we unmask McCavity.
yeah.
Somewhere around here.
Well, there's Case of McCavity's mace, so it's probably a.
So, Case of the Blitz Barrels. And
Yep.
this will be the
Now
fourth
this is
one.
number 4, right? Now
Yeah.
after this, how many does this leave? There's 2 there.
3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So,
So yeah,
3 episodes of
about
5 each.
yeah, about 3 streams. Yeah. Okay. All right. Just curious. All right.
So,
Let's do a Case of the Blitz barrels. Let's see what a
and
Blitz
then
barrel
and
is.
then after this, I'll call it a night. You'll do Doom,
I will
and
do Doom because I have the key to Doom right
we
here.
gotta figure out what we're doing for tomorrow. But you're going right into your other stream, so should I call you when I
Yeah.
get up?
Yeah, if you want to, sure. I may not be awake. I don't know how this is going to go, but we'll see.
All right, because we can't stream tomorrow unless we figure out what we're doing.
I know we got to figure out something. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what yet, but
So,
we'll figure something out.
Case of the Blitz Barrels.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, we're about just under 2 hours into stream, and I have 0 drop frames, full green bars for this stream.
Nice. Yeah, I was going to say I've heard no dropouts. You've been great this time, so. All right. I say, Jennifer and Uncle, your Uncle Basil's got a puzzle. It's a code, I think. Can you come round and help him out?
Code? I love codes. Nigel, tell your dad we'll be right down.
Nigel. It's Nigel. We have to go outside and then come back in. It's fine. Ah, Uncle and Jennifer. A friend of mine is writing a book about the Blitz when the Nazis bombed London 50 years ago during World War II. He sent me this old letter he found. Have a look. The letter my friend found was written by Roscoe Fishwick to his sister. Was it Fishwick? I guess it'd be Fishwick. See, whenever I see names like that, I think maybe it's supposed to be Fishick, but it's got to be Fishwick. It was written by Roscoe Fishwick to his sister Siona. To his sister Fiona. Like many children, Roscoe was sent to live in the farms and villages outside of London during the Blitz, but Fiona stayed in the city. The best thing about the letter is that it contains a message that Roscoe wrote in secret code. I've done some calling round and found where Roscoe Fishwick is now. I'd love it if you two went over there. Maybe he'll remember the secret he told his sister so many years ago. I was gonna say, oh, it's semaphore.
Here's the
do we
secret
want
code that Roscoe left. Each of these
do we
little
want to
figures,
solve this?
Each of these little figures must stand for a letter.
Do we want to solve
They're
it?
like little pictures of guys with flags. But we'll need some kind of a key to the code he used before we can decipher it. Let's keep our eyes open.
Okay, I was gonna say if you keep it on the screen, we can actually solve it now because it's right in the book.
Do you want to do that? And then when it
We
comes
can.
up, we don't have to waste time going through it then.
Yeah, we could.
But let's
'cause
read the last clue that's here first.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the old letter that Roscoe Fishwick wrote to his sister. Dear Fiona, the house is very big and Mrs. Saltcoats is nice. Saltcoats! Is that Edna's mom he's talking about?
Yeah, maybe. Probably.
Dear Fiona, the house is very big and Mrs. Saltcoats is nice. I have hidden Uncle Jack's marbles where Hitler will never find them because Mom told me to. Only you and I know where they are. Hurry up and defeat Hitler so I can come back home. Watch out for the big bangs. Your loving brother, Roscoe. Alright, so if you want to crack this mystery in advance.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got the semaphore page open already.
Although, remember, when it lets us solve it for real, it zooms it up big. This may not be an accurate representation of the message. This may just be a small thumbnail.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it is because some of these, like, there's 2 flags in each one, but you can't, like, if you look at the first figure, what's in their right hand, you can't figure it out.
We can't do that yet.
It's too pixelated. Yeah. Oh, well. I've got it open to the page.
We're
anyway.
going to go to Quaint Street first, and then we have to go to the other end of the map as well. Uncle Basil said Roscoe Fishwick ran a little tea shop here on Quaint Street. I think that must be him over there.
Okay, now you're saying Fishwick. Is that correct, or is it Fishwick?
No, I think you got me saying it.
it's.
But
I think it's supposed to be
look,
Fishwick.
it's
I'm
that
not sure.
same storefront. That's a different store every time we come here. Seriously,
Yeah.
this lot is cursed. No business can survive in this one little shop.
There's been 16 Mexican restaurants there. What the hell?
It would be more believable if each time that we came to Queen Street, they used one of these other doorways and they alternated the doorways. That way, at least it would
Yeah.
seem that the shops lasted for more than a week or so.
Yeah, but I mean, that would increase the art budget, so.
A letter of mine to Fiona. Why, that does bring back memories. Painful memories, actually. You see, the Blitz cost our family quite a lot. I was 9 years old during the Blitz. I still remember watching the airplanes fly over the city, and the houses all turned to rubble, and the sky black with smoke. At night, there were searchlights and flashes from the guns and bombs. My mother was so brave, but she was crying at the same time.
In your letter, you talk about a big house in Uncle Jack's Marbles. What's that all about, Mr. Fishwick?
That's an interesting story. When the bombing started, people began sending their children off to the country. Some people we didn't even know offered to take me, so off I went to a place called Malford Manor.
That's Edna.
Sounds
That's Lady Edna's house.
sounds awfully familiar, doesn't it? Yes, it does.
Yeah, we've been there. That's Lady Edna's house.
Yep.
My mum gave me Uncle Jack's marbles and told me to keep them safe. They were actually precious gems called beryls that my Uncle Jack got in South Africa, worth quite a bit of money. A small fortune, actually. I was afraid that Hitler, the leader of the Nazis, would get the barrels, so I hid them somewhere in Malford Manor. The trouble is, I'm afraid I've quite forgotten where. They're still there somewhere.
Thanks, Mr. Fishwick. Maybe we can find those missing barrels for you. Come on, let's grab the next train out to Marford Manor. We can't go
Dun,
quite
dun, dun,
yet.
dun,
There was
dun.
one other dot on the map that we need to check out for clues before
Ah,
we go
okay.
there.
Right.
The Imperial War Museum. I remember he
Oh.
was mentioning kids being sent out to the country during the Blitz over London. That's actually how the Narnia plot begins.
Oh
The
yeah. Yep.
the kids get sent to this house in the country, and it turns out that's the house where the professor with the magic wardrobe lived.
The Imperial War Museum occupies the building of the former lunatic asylum Bedlam. It was established in 1917 to display artifacts of modern warfare. The collection includes an authentic Sopwith Camel and Spitfire flown in the World Wars, tanks, guns, and the Blitz experience that recreates a World War II air raid shelter. Welcome to BBC World Service. At the tone, the time will be 28:14. Beep.
This museum has a special exhibit called the Blitz Experience. It helps people understand what London was like when Germany and Britain were at war in the 1940s. Maybe they have some information about codes, too. Fighter planes like the Spitfire were the most effective defense against the Blitz. During the height of the bombing, British pilots flew around the clock to intercept the German bombers. In the early part of World War II, Germany was winning. German armies drove deep into Russia and conquered most of Europe except for Great Britain. When they conquered France, the Nazis were able to set up bases for their airplanes that were very close to England. The English Channel, the arm of the ocean that separates England and France, is very narrow. Then the Nazis tried to conquer Great Britain. The German Air Force, which was called the Luftwaffe, sent hundreds of airplanes to bomb English cities. London was the most important target. Bombs fell on the city almost every night. Londoners called the attack the Blitz, taking the name from the German word Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg means lightning war. The Germans said that because they struck as fast as lightning. The Germans hoped the Blitz would make the English give up, but the plan backfired. The Blitz made the people of England angry and more determined than ever to keep fighting. The Germans were forced to give up their plans to conquer England. Even though the Blitz destroyed large parts of London, the English people had won the Battle of Britain. Eventually, Germany lost the war. It is a big advantage in wartime to be able to keep your plans secret. Armies almost always use codes to try to keep other people from reading their messages. In the simplest codes, one letter or symbol stands for a letter in the real message. In the backwards alphabet, for example, where Z stands for A, Y for B, and so on. Secret meeting. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
Yeah. Hey, the birds went.
So, we're going to have a secret meeting. People who work trying to decode messages are called cryptologists. They often are very good at math, languages, or puzzles. Or all three. Actually, you kind of need all three in order to be a code breaker.
True.
The work of cryptologists can be very important. In World War II, a special group of Polish and English cryptologists solved the Germans' most secret code, something which seemed impossible to do without computers.
Oh, this is the Enigma machine.
After they broke the Nazi code, they could read the orders sent to the German submarines. These subs were trying to sink subs going from America to England. The ships were able to go around the subs, saving thousands of lives. So now we can go to Marlford.
A little bit of a history lesson there. Not really any clues, but. Riding on a double-decker bus, yeah. Uh-huh.
Marlford Manor is where Lady Edna lives. Uncle Basil phoned ahead to let her know we were coming. We take the train south toward Brighton. It still hasn't asked me to look at a map yet. I think at this point, it's not going to ask me for a map tonight.
Well, I think the map is kind of a form of copy protection, and I think that it's going to ask you for one thing every mystery. So far, that's been the case.
Well, the map or the handbook, and so far they've all been the handbook.
Well, right, yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying, though.
Welcome to Marlford, Jennifer.
Oh, that's me.
You remember Julia and me, I hope. Are you dreadfully tired? How nice of you to visit. We do hope you will help dear Mr. Fishwick find his barrels.
That was me.
So you seem to know all about Mr. Fishwick, Lady Edna.
Oh, it's me? Okay. Of course, I inherited this manor from my mother in 1972. She and Roscoe's mother searched the place many times for the barrels, but could never find them. It's become a kind of legend. I'm afraid it's quite a big place, and the bag of barrels is quite small. But money isn't everything, as Roscoe said the last time he was here. He's right, of course, says the person with money.
Why doesn't someone ask Fiona Fishwick? According to the letter, she also knows where Roscoe hid the barrels.
Oh dear, didn't Mr. Fishwick tell you? I'm so sorry. Fiona Fishwick's dead, dear. She was killed in the Blitz. Oh, that sucks.
Julia, do you have any idea where Mr. Fishwick might have hidden Uncle Jack's marbles when he was a boy?
No, Miss Eagle.
Our Uncle Basil has a piece of paper with code on it. It has funny symbols like stick men with flags. Do you have any idea what that might mean?
Semaphores, Miss Eagle?
Semaphores? What are they, Julia?
It's an old kind of military code, Miss Eagle, used by ships to signal one another. Perhaps one of Mr. Saltcoat's texts in the library might tell you more about them. The library is right this way. You'll find the book you want over on the far wall. How did she know that? Yeah.
This book about military communications is pretty old. It covers telegraphing, signaling with mirrors, radio, and semaphores. Look, there's some writing in here in a lovely script. To Roscoe, with much love, from your sister Fiona. So Fiona knew all about semaphores. The book has many keys to different codes. Keys tell you what code letter stands for A, B, C, and so on. Do you know why they call them keys? It's because you use a key to unlock a secret message, just like you use a regular key to unlock a door. And you can also use a key to play, you can also use a piano key to play beautiful music. But here's the key I think we need. In semaphore, you hold a flag in either hand. How you point them signals a letter. They look a lot like the mystery drawing we got from Uncle Basil. There's a copy of the semaphore key in the Eagle Eye Handbook. Let's look again at Roscoe Fishwick's code. It's a lot easier to unlock a secret code when you have the key.
I am ready.
And yeah, this is looking a lot different than the picture we saw earlier.
Yes, it is. Okay, the first letter is A. Second letter is, hang on. Where are you?
I got the first two words, just by logic.
Yeah, yep, okay. And that one is going to the right. Okay, next letter is F. O.
OT, because I see the
Yep.
T again.
Yep. At the foot. That's
Of.
of the.
Yeah, that word's the same.
Yep. And then we have. Second letter is U, but first letter is. Where are you? First letter looks like U, actually. U.
At the foot
Is
of
that
the.
E? QUEE. The foot of the queen? Yeah, it's queen. At the foot of the queen.
You're right. The message says at the foot of the queen. Which queen did he mean by that, I wonder?
Kind of unfortunate. I think this is the only puzzle that's going to use that semaphore thing. But oh well.
Stay away from the queen, please, Miss Eagle.
That's me.
It is a
That's
beautiful
me.
plant
That's
prized
me.
by Lady Edna.
That's me. That's me.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
It's getting late.
Yeah,
It's been a
that's
day.
fine. It's fine.
Stay away from the queen, please, Miss Eagle. It's a beautiful plant prized by Lady Edna. Do be careful of its delicate flowers. Oh, don't be a badger, Julia. They won't spoil our beautiful queen's tears. We planted it years ago, just after we moved here in 1972. And Julia and I both love it to pieces, don't we, Julia?
Well, that's not the queen we're looking for. If they planted the queen in 1972, we're looking
This would
for
have
a
been
queen that
well
existed
before
in the
that.
1940s.
Yeah, this would have been well before that.
I think a stroll in the garden. Oh, that's you
It's a
again.
lo-
I'm sorry.
That's all
I'm
right.
sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
I think a stroll in the garden is a lovely idea.
Yeah, I think it's bedtime after this. Sorry. Wow, they don't have gardens like this back in Richview.
Have a poke about, darlings, and if you find Mr. Fishwick's barrels, do give us a shout. I'd like to sell them on the black market, you see.
I think I've seen this tree before.
I'm not surprised. That's a yew tree. It's a celebrated tree in England. They used to make longbows from yew wood, and that's a superb tree for hedges and topiary.
Topiary. Isn't that a kind of pudding?
No, you silly sot. Topiary is the name for shrubs carefully shaped to look like people, objects, or animals. It's almost as if a gardener carved the shape out of a bush by trimming it carefully. They're like living statues. I think this tree was trimmed to look like something once upon a time, some kind of chess piece, as I recall.
A chess piece? I wonder which one. A rook, a bishop, a queen?
Maybe.
Lady Edna, what's that funny tower-like building?
That's a birdhouse for doves. We call it a dovecote, but it hasn't had doves in it for 100 years. When my mother first moved into this house, it was a huge beehive. She couldn't stand the bees, so the beekeeper came and moved the queen bee and all her little workers off to some other manor. That was many years before the war.
Before the war.
Now it's empty, but I think it looks charming in the garden, don't you?
So that's not it.
The statue depicts a medieval knight posing with sword and shield.
Personally, I've always fancied that the barrels are under this knight. I suppose there's really no really good reason to think so, though.
Lady Edna, we have a question. When Roscoe Fishwick's mother found out he had lost the barrels, was she really upset? Did he get punished?
I don't think so. Everyone knew he was just trying to help. These days the Fishwicks just kid each other about it. Worse things happen in war than just losing some money.
Okay, so I don't think we're gonna get much else.
Well, it's not the knight, and it's not the bee house thing.
It
so
could have been.
Might be
There's
that.
still nothing that says, "Hey, that was the queen chess piece." But I don't see any
Yeah.
more clues. We're gonna have to roll with it.
All right. We don't need the first one. Don't need the second one.
Hold on. Let's get into solve mode.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's not letting me. Okay, so
Let's
there's more
find
clues.
the last clues. There's more clues. Yeah. Okay.
So
We gotta
maybe
go
we're
someplace
done
else.
in the house, but
Mhm.
maybe we have to go back to London and something else opened up in London.
Yeah, we've missed something somewhere.
Oh, we have to go back and talk to Roscoe again.
How do you know that? Is it a different color or something?
It started flashing again, which means there's new information there.
Okay, I missed that.
Let's cheer up Mr. Fishwick with some good news. I think we may help him find his lost barrels thanks to the sister's letter.
I've been trying once again to remember where I put Uncle Jack's marbles. I brought out these old photographs to help me remember.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Here
this
we
is gonna
go.
be
There's
it.
gonna be a there's gonna be a photo of the backyard, I bet, or the garden, whatever. That's you.
Don't feel bad, Mr. Fishwick. We'll help you find the barrels. Those old photos look very interesting.
Here's a picture of me at the time out in the manor garden.
In the garden, just like I said. Yay.
This was taken in the fall of 1940.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that is a queen chess piece.
It is.
Yes, that's the garden we visited at Marlford Manor, all right. It looked different back then.
And I also wanted to show you a picture of my sister, Fiona.
We're very sorry that she died, Mr. Fishwick.
It was many years ago, but I still remember her and miss her. She worked at a military office in London, coding and decoding messages. It took a direct hit from a bomb, and she was killed. I think that if you do ever find those barrels, I'll use the money to start a program to promote peace. I think she would have liked that.
Okay, now we can solve it.
Yep. Yep, we have all the answers we need.
All
Don't
right.
care about this. Germans
Oh.
off the list, but people keep going.
Yeah.
The fortunate barrels were inherited in 1972.
1972
maybe,
is not relevant to this right now.
Yeah, because it was her mother had it before that.
Hi,
so
Brett.
that's fine. Hey, Q, what's up?
Not much.
We'll be done soon. I'll talk to you after.
Long day at work.
Yeah, we're just now finishing up.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the solving page of literally our last mystery for the night.
Okay.
But we have a lot to talk about afterwards, Q. Alright.
Yeah, I don't think any of those. Yeah, here we go. Fire cleans tears. Nope. Statue in the garden depicts them. Nope. Barrows. Nope. Nope. On all of the above. Queen bee, beekeeper. None of the above. Maybe topiary, but I don't know. Shaped like a chess piece. Hit that. Yep. And that. Semaphore is a kind of code. Yep.
And they're
And
in
I'm
at
gonna go
the
with the
U
U
tree.
tree. Yep.
You got it. The barrels from the Blitz were buried under the yew tree. The first thing we needed to do was solve young Roscoe's cipher. We found out that the code was really semaphore, a system of pointing flags in different directions to send messages between ships. When we solved the code, the message read, "At the foot of the Queen." Now, which queen was young Roscoe talking about? We knew it couldn't be the Queen's Tears shrub inside the manor. It was planted many years after the war in 1972.
Yep.
When we heard that bees were once kept in the birdhouse, that seemed to be the answer. Roscoe could have put the barrels at the foot of the queen bee, but the bees were gone long before the war. In this old photo, what do we see behind Roscoe? A tree shaped like a chess queen. That must be the queen he meant. We told Mr. Fishwick to dig around the foot of the old yew tree and...
And we have our wrap up. Blitz barrels seek world peace. A lost fortune in rare South African barrels was unearthed today after work by Uncle Evie and Jennifer Eagle of the Eagle Eyes Agency revealed where the jewels had been buried since the London Blitz. Roscoe Fishwick, grateful owner of the barrels, announced he would use them to start a peace foundation in honor of his sister Fiona, who was killed in London during the war. Uncle and Jennifer cleverly deciphered a coded wartime message and used an old photograph to recreate the scene and determine exactly where the barrels would be. After 50 years of searching, we dug them up in 10 minutes thanks to the Eagle Eyes, enthused Lady Edna Saltcoats, owner of the property where the barrels were hidden. As a reward, I've asked them both to come and spend a weekend at Marlford Manor. I do hope they come. The detectives reportedly said they would if they weren't busy on another case.
So,
Thus endeth our run for the evening.
yes, that's it for tonight. I'm gonna skip the raid out just because I don't have Twitch open right now. I don't know who's on, so I'm just gonna call it here. We went 2 hours and 12 minutes by my count. Zero drop frames, full green bars. So yes, streaming. This setup is workable for streaming officially at this point.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm glad we got that fixed.
You haven't tried it with me watching TV yet.
It's not going to affect anything, Glenn. I'll explain why later. Anyway,
So yeah, what let's do for tomorrow? Try to contact, like, I guess text me because I don't know when I'm gonna be up because I'm staying up kind of late tonight. But I'll text you as soon as I get up, and we'll try and put our heads together for something for Star Wars tomorrow. For anyone that's watching,
I'm going to send you a
still,
photo in a couple minutes. So just watch
Okay.
your text.
All right.
And
Yeah, so for anyone that's watching still or was watching or whatever, kind of confusing tonight with the labeling. I forgot to change it back to Eagle Eye, but I am going to be doing Doom here in about. We're going to go on a quick break and get reset up for that, and I'll be doing the next level of Doom: The Dark Ages, and we did that second. I chose to do that second because I don't know how long it's going to take me. The last level took forever because I kept getting stuck on one part. So we'll see how it goes, but I'll be back in a few minutes to start on that.
and I'm going to send you a little photo in a few quick minutes. I found that Lego minifigure I was talking about during that first mystery.
All right, cool. All right, well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect me and you, and let you go for now. And just contact me tomorrow, and we'll figure out something for the 48th anniversary of the original Star Wars film.
Yes, and
Which is tomorrow.
I am disconnecting everything.
Okay. Well, you have a good evening, sir, and I will talk to you tomorrow then.
Good night, and maybe we'll go back to Fridays for London now that everything's working. We got
Sure
we
can,
got three
yeah,
episodes left of this.
Yep. All right, cool. Well, you have a good evening, and we will talk to you again very soon.
All right, have a good night, and my people, no raid tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow because I'll definitely be on again tomorrow. Have a good night. See you soon. And glad we got things fixed. This will be delayed getting to the YouTube because I do put my episodes up in order and I have to edit all the broken videos from the last couple weeks. So have a good night.
That's gonna
We'll
be
see you
rough.
soon.
All right. Take care, Evie, and we will talk to you tomorrow. And I'm disconnecting now. Take care, bud.
Good night.